Okay guys, it's another late night video, so I've got to be quiet here, but I'm going to show you how with a single line on a chart, you can make more money in 1.5 hours than an 8-hour shift at $25 an hour. And the best part about this is in that 1.5 hours, you didn't have a single customer yelling at you because the avocado costs extra. Yep, I'll take trading over retail any day. So what I'm looking at here is Amazon. This is a 1-minute chart. Now Amazon is not for new traders. It's such a volatile ticker that you can be up a good amount in 1 minute and down a good amount the next. So this is not a ticker for new traders. But what I'm looking at here is a low point here and then 3 low points here that looks like it's about to be a trend. So what we're going to do is add the actual trend line in there to see if it makes sense. And what you can see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times it's holding that line. Now it did break it here, but the close of that candle was above it. So the breach isn't going to scare us. That's a good trend line for the 1-minute chart on Amazon today. Now, is there a clear entry for a trade here? Well, you see there's a decisive break about it there, and the next candle opens below it as well. So let's say you took a trade at the low point of this candle. We're going to choose the worst possible exit you could have got, or sorry, the worst possible fill you could have got. So you see it break here, you see the next candle's red as well, you decide to open a position here. It's trading at 32.48. So since it's Amazon, we're going to go $10 out of the money, roughly $10, and do the 32.35 put. Notice the time at the bottom is 13.38. Okay, so I've got a line drawn. We're going to go to another chart. This green line here is 13.38, so that's where you would have entered. Now, I'm going to pull up the chart for the actual contract. This green line is at 13.38. The worst fill you could have got there was about $8.45. So $8.45, we're going to count that as our entry. It broke below that trend line, so we're going to do a put position. You can see it works against us a little bit here as it starts to climb, but then the rest of the day it does fall off. Now it didn't go against us too much, so we would have had an 8.45 entry. It would have been down to 7.02. So yes, it turned against you, but that's not that much of a move from 8.45 to 7.02. That should stop you out of any kind of a trade. That's a pretty small movement. Now these are weekly contracts, so you do have to have some kind of experience with them. And again, it's Amazon, so you should have some trading experience before you try something like this. But 8.45 is the fill. Now, let's just say as it's dropping here, you can see the contract price is going up, and then the contract price takes a dip here. So let's just say you panic sold at the very bottom of this dip here. That's 10.79. So from 8.45 to 10.79, that is a 26+% gain. Single contract would have gone from 8.45 to 10.79. So a single contract made over 200 bucks. And again, that was an hour and a half of trading. You can see this was 13.38. If we took the exit here, that's 15.14. So in less than an hour and a half, $200 worth of a trade, risking $845 contract. Now we're not going to risk this whole thing. We would never let this go down to zero, but we used $845 max to get a $200 plus gain in an hour and a half. All it took was this single line here. Ignore those blue or purple lines rather. Those were on a chart from before. Those were not used in this particular trade setup here. Those were just Amazon lines I had on a chart previously. So ignoring those, we're just using the single red line here. You see the trend, you see the trend break. The worst possible fill on that, 8.45, and the worst possible fill if you panic sold on this dip right here, 10.79, hour and a half, $200+. That's how you do it.